Hello everyone, my name is Chaos in the Sky, and welcome to a very, very brief series that will be happening on the channel. This game is Slay the Spire, which you may or may not heard of. So, the reason I'm playing this game on the channel, I play this game all the time on my own time, but the reason I'm doing it on the channel is because I wasn't actually going to do any videos of Slay the Spire, but as it turns out, I finished all of Spider-Man, and the new Mega Man 11 game comes out on Tuesday, but the last Spider-Man video goes up on Sunday, so I have nothing to upload on Monday, and I don't want to just miss a day of uploads, so I decided, you know what, I'll record a couple of Slay the Spire videos, because I was talking about it with my friends Spire and RTK, and they weren't sure if they wanted to buy the game or not, and I tried to explain it to them and didn't do well, so I told them, you know what, I'm going to upload some videos of it, watch those videos, and then you can decide if you want the game or not. So, that's the main reason these videos exist. So, hello, Sly and RTK, you better be watching these like you said you would. But for those of you who don't know what Slay the Spire is, it is a, card game roguelite. I'm really bad at explaining it. I'm a lot better at showing it, so we're kind of gonna just jump into the game. There are several different ways you can play the game. You've got standard, daily climb, and custom, and then within standard you have normal runs and ascension runs. So my plan is, I don't think I'll do any videos on custom stuff, although I'll probably explain what it is when I do the daily video, because those two are very similar in what they do. But I plan on doing a standard run, and doing an ascension up for one video, and then I'll do an ascension run video, and then I'll do a daily video, because that'll be 3 videos, and I'll get to use all 3 characters. So we're going to use the standard starting character for this first video, which is the Ironclad. As you can see, I'm at Ascension level 5. I only recently started playing Ascension, so I'm not as high up in Ascension levels as I probably should be, but whatever. We're going to turn Ascension off, except I don't know if I need to put it at level 1 or not, but I'm just going to turn Ascension mode off, and we are going to embark with the Ironclad, who is the base character. This is the one you start with in the game. For those of you who are wondering about unlocking the 3 characters, you unlock them very easily. I think you start with the Ironclad, and then you have to complete a run as the Ironclad, and you get the Silent, the second character, and then I think you just have to play around as both the Ironclad and the Silent, and that unlocks the Defect, who is the 3rd character. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. But anyways, this is, I think this thing is called Niao. He's like the magical whale of the Spire. Really cool dude. As you can see here, we have this right here called Burning Blood. At the end of combat, heals 6 HP. That is a relic. That is our starting relic. Each character has a unique relic they start with. Also, each character has a unique deck. Most always, they start with strikes and defends. I say most always. They always have strikes and defends of some assortment. And then they'll usually have some unique cards along with them. The Ironclad gets the Bash card, which is deal 8 damage applied to vulnerable. So there's that. Also, depending on what character class you play, depends on what color your deck is. So the Ironclad has the red deck, which means he can only find red cards. So he has specific cards available to him and archetypes and stuff that come from that. So we'll get into more of that as I get more cards. But relics, cards, here's the map. This shows us the entire layout of the Spire, so to say, so far. Each of these rooms is a floor, and you have to progress up the floors one by one, and you kind of get to choose your pathway as you go. And it's all randomly generated, hence the roguelite. And then eventually you get to this boss. There are 3 acts, so there are 3 little maps like this, and we will have to fight a boss at the end of each of them, and the goal is to get to the top floor and beat the 3rd boss. You know, pretty basic stuff, but it's a lot of fun. You can see with these icons, these are just normal enemies that you fight. That's the most common room you run into. These are shops where you can spend your gold, which every character starts with 99 gold. Also, this is my HP. Each character has a different HP. I think Ironclad is 80, obviously. The Silent is 70 HP, and I think the Defect is 75 to start. But shops you can spend money. Question marks are random events, or they could just be normal enemy combats, depending. These are elite enemies. They give better rewards, but they're much more difficult, of course. Campfires you can heal at, or you can upgrade your cards at. Chests are what you would expect. They're chests. They always contain relics, I believe, and then sometimes can have money as well. And I think that's every room archetype. What is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different room archetypes? That sounds right. But anyways, we're going to talk to Niao now. So, when you talk to Niao, he gives you a fancy modifier that you can choose. This one is always the same. Lose your starting relic, obtain a random boss relic. I don't think it's very good, personally, because each of the starting characters has a really good starting relic. But, if you start playing this game, you might notice that you don't have this option when you load up the game. That's because Niao will only give you this blessing if you made it to the first boss in your previous run. So you won't get it on your very first run, and if you don't make it to the first boss, you don't have to beat the first boss, you just have to make it to him. But if you make it to the first boss and then you start another run with that same character, then Nia will be like, yo, I'll give you a bonus. Out of these, upgraded card is not that good for the Ironclad because our only unique card is the Bash card, and I don't think Bash is very good, even upgraded. Max HP plus 8 is alright. That's pretty decent. I think 99 gold to remove 2 cards is really good. So you'll learn really quick. I gotta decide here. Do I want to remove a defend or a strike? Do I really only want to have 3 defends? I don't think so. I'm gonna remove 2 strikes. But you'll learn really quick that removing cards is of great importance in this game. A great deal. I think what we're gonna do... We don't have any gold, so I don't really want to go to a shop, but the problem is there are so many, it's hard to avoid them. I think we might go enemy, question mark, elite. Yeah, because then we can go enemy campfire, or enemy chest campfire immediately after. Actually, yeah, this looks like our path. I normally go to the top and work backwards. So we'll go through here. Question marks are really good to hit early. We can skip this elite for more question marks if we want. But we'll go down that way. Yeah. So, question marks are good ways to get random relics and cards and other such things. I'm gonna play pretty defensively at the start here. But also, what was I about to say? I've totally forgotten. I'm gonna do this. Take a little bit of damage. We heal at the end of combat anyway. What was I about to say? Oh, question marks are good for, like, trying to find relics in special cards and stuff like that, but random enemy combats are not something you necessarily just want to avoid, like you might think. Like, avoid all the enemies, you don't have to fight as much. When you beat an enemy, a normal enemy, they leave a card pack behind, which we'll see right here. Also, they always drop gold, and they can sometimes drop potions, which will be very handy. We have 3 potion slots, and there are ways to lose potion slots and gain them later in the game. So, I think for this, dropkick is alright, but since we got rid of so many strikes, I think I want Twin Strike, because it's a pretty decent common card. Defend twice and then hit you once, that's fun. Having a 9-card deck at the very start of the game is very useful. I'm going to take 7 damage, so I can get a lot of damage off on you. I think I was playing a little too safely. I've been playing Ascension in most of my spare time, and Ascension is just, like, much more difficult than the normal game that we're doing right now. I love Clash. So I'm kind of still... Ooh. How far away is that shop? Didn't we have a shop? No, we don't even have a shop. So curses are bad cards that get put in your deck. As you can see, this one is called Doubt. It's unplayable at the end of your turn, gain 1 week. Very debilitating. Normally, if there was a shop in the near future, I would take it, because you can remove cards at the shop for gold. And I think the way it works is the shop, it costs 75 gold to remove a card, and then every subsequent time you go to a shop to remove a card, it costs 25 more gold. So this would basically, we'd gain 100 gold, because I would use 75 of it to get rid of the Doubt card, so it would be worth it. But since we don't have a shop in the near future, I think I'm going to skip it. I was saying something else before, now I've already forgotten. Alright, so Clash is a really good card, I love it, but the catch with it is that you can only play it if there are only attacking cards in your hand, so that's why I had to play both those defends. I think I wanted to play the 2 defends anyway, but we'll just take 1 damage. Right now, we're going to heal to full at the end of this fight, so we're doing great. There we go. This game is not... Entrench can be a pretty good card. By the way, you can right-click on the cards and click View Upgrade to see their upgrade. Entrench is a really good card if you're going with a defensive deck, but that's not really what we've built here so far, I don't think. Wild Strike is tempting. I think I'm going to skip on that one. These guys will take one of our cards. I think I've added enough attacks to remove another strike. We haven't added any defensive cards, so I'm really worried about... I know I didn't get to use Clash there, but I think the vulnerability was worth it. This guy gets stronger every time you play skills, but I want to play Clash, so I'm going to do it. I think that was worth it. We still took no damage, although now he's doing a ton because we've been hit with Vulnerable, which, in case you haven't caught on, we take 50% more damage. I think I'm going to take a lot of damage to make sure I can kill him next turn. Yeah, that's fine. We'll live. Goodbye. What is this? At the end of turn 7, deal 40 damage to all enemies. I don't think I've ever seen the stone calendar. At least I don't remember, but that seems really good. I'm going to take Headbutt. Headbutt is a really good card. Deals 9 damage, then puts 1 card back on the top of your deck. Alright, not bad, not bad. I hate this little shield gremlin. He's very annoying. Definitely going to want to play that. And then let's get rid of this guy. This guy, Gremlin Wizard, he charges for 2 turns, and then he hits you for like 30 damage. So he is very dangerous. I thought I would kill him there, but I didn't do the math. So we're going to get to see his, he charges 2 turns, and yeah, then he does 25. A whole heck of a lot. Goodbye. Let's, defend. We're low on HP now, so I want to try and take no damage in these combats so that I can get, gonna do that, and then this. Yeah. Love it. Just play this defend, and then you're as good as dead. Goodbye. We're lower on HP now. Ooh, Rampage is a very good card, especially when combined with, Headbutt. Because Rampage, every time it's played, it gets 5 more damage added to it. So, like, now I'm gonna do this. Now it does, 13 damage the next time we see it. I was thinking to myself I probably should have used Bash, but I think, yeah, that was a way better play to just do all that to play the Clash. So we'll do that, and then Rampage, when it comes back, it'll do 13 damage. We'll play it again, and then it'll be worth 18 damage. I'm just going to double up on Defend here. These Mushroom guys have Spore Cloud, so when they die, you get too vulnerable. But now it's gone, thankfully. Goodbye. And we are almost back up to full health. Cleave is very good because it's a multi-hit move. Not a multi-hit. Multi-hit is what Twin Strike is. Cleave will hit all enemies. That's like, what would you call that, AoE? I picked up Bottled Flame, so now I get an attack card at the start of every fight of my choice. I'm going to start with Rampage, because the more you use Rampage, the better it gets. And since we've Bottle Flamed it, I'm also going to upgrade it. So now it does, every time I use it, it gets +8 instead of just +5. Each card has unique upgrades. Some of them are stuff like Clash, where it just upgrades damage, so Clash would do 4 more damage. Some of them have more nuanced things, like Bash being upgraded. It does do 2 more damage, but it applies more vulnerable. Or in the case of Rampage here, Rampage used to only do, it would only increase its damage by 5, now it increases its damage by 8. So, depending on the card, you get, different boosts. So normally when you fight this guy, he sleeps for 3 turns. If you hit him, he wakes up. Normally how you would do this is you would Bash. He wouldn't wake up because he wouldn't take damage. If you break his guard, that doesn't wake him up. You have to damage his health. Normally, you would Bash, and then go to the next turn, and then he'd be vulnerable, and then you'd hit him to wake him up. Instead, I'm going to use Rampage. He still doesn't wake up. I'm kind of tempted to just hit Bash. What cards can I get next turn? Nah, I want to get Clash to hit him with turn 1 if I can. I think this is the right way to do this. We're going to do that, and we're going to do this, and that. See, so now since he just woke up, he's stunned for this turn, but now he starts attacking, and this is a very dangerous enemy. He does a lot of damage. It's very painful. Do that, and then I'm not going to bother defending. I'm just going to hit him. You know what? I'm going to drink the skill potion, and we're going to get Shrug It Off, which is a very good card. 8 defense and 1 draw. It's probably the best defensive card, other than Impervious, that this character has. We're going to do this and this. Oh, that's great. Alright, his status debuff, this is why he's so painful. He does 18 damage a turn, and then the one turn he doesn't attack, he removes 1 dexterity and 1 attack, which I don't think I can kill him this turn, so you're going to get to see what that means. No, I can't kill him. Good. Alright, I'll kill him next turn. So he's going to Siphon Soul. He removes 1 strength and 1 dexterity. So that's dexterity, as you can see, decreases our block. So like Shrug It Off used to give 8 block, now it only gives 7. And then decreases attack damage is pretty obvious. Clash used to do 14, now it does 13. Goodbye. Anchor is a very good relic. We get 10 block at the start of each combat. Shockwave is tempting. Fiend Fire is also a pretty good card. True Grit is also great. I'm going to take True Grit. So the way True Grit works is it's a good defensive card because we get 7 block. It exhausts a random card in your hand, but when we upgrade it, we get to choose what card to exhaust. And I'll explain what exhausting is once it happens for the first time, which is actually going to be right now, it looks like. So we're going to use True Grit. It exhausts Bash. So now it's in our exhausted cards. We can't use these. It's no longer in our discard pile. It doesn't go back to our draw pile. There are cards, especially specifically that the Ironclad has, like a card called Exhume that will let us bring exhausted cards back into our hand. But we don't have that card, so we've lost Bash entirely. So this can be very good depending on how you use it, because now, even though we can't get Bash anymore, that's 1 less card to draw, so now we're more likely to draw cards such as Clash, or more specifically, Rampage. And the more often you draw Rampage, the better. We don't have a deck that works with Rupture, because we don't have cards that take away our HP. Pay close attention when you're reading these cards. Like this one says when you lose HP from a card, you gain 1 strength. So it has to be your own cards. You can't get hit by enemies. I'm going to take Flex, because that's a good card. And I want to upgrade True Grit. More block, and I can control what it exhausts, which is very important. Ooh, Paper Frog. That is useful. Means our vulnerable, our bash is much better. I'm going to upgrade Flex, so this gives us 4 strength for 1 turn. And there's actually a trick to Flex that I'm going to be able to show you in this fight once we get it, once we draw it. I would love to bash and vulnerable you, but I think it's way better to immediately put Rampage back on the top of the deck. The faster we make Rampage stronger, the better. I'm going to True Grit here just to get rid of Strike, because I don't want it in the deck. I want to draw Rampage more often. I immediately realized this was a horrible mistake, because if I'd kept Strike, I could have stopped him from attacking by activating his mode shift. But that's fine. I don't mind taking damage here, because we're not playing Ascension mode. Alright, so look. Flex. Gain 4 strength at the end of your turn, lose 4 strength. So I'm going to use this Ancient Potion, which gives us an artifact. An artifact negates 1 debuff. So I'm going to use Flex. It gives us the +4. Normally, it would give us a debuff that would remove 4 strength at the end of the turn. But since the artifact potion blocked it, we now just get 4 strength for the rest of this fight, which is very useful. That was definitely a bad play by me on... I should have exhausted a Defend instead of exhausting that... now you can see the debuff. Strength down at the end of your turn, lose 4. But I absolutely made a mistake there by exhausting the Strike instead of a Defend. I should have just exhausted a Defend. With that being said, I'm immediately going to exhaust another Strike. You can see, by the way, this guy's defensive mode. Every time we play an attack, we take 3 damage. A little annoying, but whatever. I think this might be... maybe not the hardest. There are 3 different bosses you can fight in every act. This is Act 1. This is one of the 3 possible bosses. I think this is probably the second most difficult of this act in terms of bosses. It depends on if you can get good enough attacks to continually break him. This time I'm going to get rid of a Defend. There we are. Oh, I got the 40 damage thing. I totally forgot about that stone calendar. That is a good relic. Goodbye. Alright, so... in the normal version of the game... ooh, these are all good cards. By the way, you can see that cards have, like, different colors around their marker. Like, these all are just gray, this one is silver, and then these cards are gold. That's a rarity. So, like, these are commons, these are uncommons, the silver ones, like Rampage, and then these are golds, because they're very good. Immolate is a very good card. I think I want Offering, though. Lose 6 HP, gain 2 energy, and then draw 3 cards. I'm going to take Offering. And then at the end of every act, you get a boss relic, except for the 3rd act, because that's the final one, so you win the game at that point. I think Busted Crown is the best option here. Boss relics are the only time you can get relics that give you more energy, but they always have a negative debuff associated with them. Busted Crown, I think, is probably the 2nd best boss relic, or at least the 2nd best energy relic, because you get more energy, but on card reward screens, you have 2 fewer to choose from. So, you know, every time we've gotten a card, it's given us 3 choices on what card to take. Now we'll only get 1 choice. We don't have to take it, we can skip it, but we don't get options anymore. But getting more energy in this game is incredibly worth it. It really, really helps out, especially if you have a deck that has more cards that cost more than 1 energy per card. I can't talk. There we go. Like C. There. Perfect. We actually had an energy left over there, I think. But the turn before, we had played all of our cards. So without that extra energy, we wouldn't have beaten him that time. Is this the first time we've gotten to a shop? I believe it is. Demon form is very tempting. I want to remove a card, definitely. Can I... this is 136. This is 48. Just round it up so I can do math easier. That's 190. Roughly. It's going to be 184. Yeah. 184 will leave me with 80. Okay, so I can buy Shrug, Demon Form, and remove a Defend. Perfect. I think that was the right call. We are very poor now, but that's fine. I don't want to be cursed, so I'm gonna sacrifice a lot of HP to get 5 max HP. You don't often run into the ability to get more max HP, so it's good to take it when you can, usually. Dude, having 4 energy is great. It's awesome. Oh, and we have Anchor, so we're not taking damage. Perfect. What a happy day. I'm not going to use Offering here, because I think we're going to kill this guy next turn anyway, and I don't want to lose 6 HP, because I want to recover more. Demon Form is very good. After you use it, at the start of every one of your turns, you gain 2 strength. Very useful. I like it a lot. With that being said, I'm about to do that so that I can do this. There we go. Demon Form is also really good. You saw that it costs 3 energy. It's very expensive. A lot of times when you use it, that's your entire turn is getting to use that card. But since we have the Busted Crown, we still have 1 energy left over. So we can do things like use Demon Form and still get to play 1 more card that turn, which usually does not happen that way. Normally using Demon Form is the end of your turn because it uses up so much energy. But now we're getting +2 strength every turn, which is fantastic. I'm going to get rid of Defend. Make it easier to play this Clash. We got to play Offering so I can play Clash, so I'm going to do it. Dang it. Stop giving me all these non-attacks. Get rid of that. Alright, cool. Cool, cool. Best thing to break this with is that, but I want to do that first. Yeah, there we go. Alright, nice. And we're taking no damage, so this worked out really well, actually. I hate this orb enemy. There's actually, I hope we don't run into it, but I also kind of hope we run into it so I can show it to you guys, but there's one enemy that I absolutely hate on the 2nd floor that we haven't run into yet. I would much rather fight that guy every time than the enemy I'm thinking of. I don't think we need another flex. With Demon Form, I think we're good on strength gain, basically. Get rid of this. That's fine. There we go. This guy is really annoying because every time he takes, or we take damage from him, he adds a wound, which is a status card that's very annoying. I'm going to do this. Ooh, yeah, gotta play Demon Form. Twin Strike does more damage, but I want to put Rampage at the top of the deck so we immediately get to play it next turn and make it stronger. Boom. Having extra energy is so good. If you're thinking to yourself right now, Chaos, man, you are not good at the game because you're taking a lot of damage here, this is actually pretty, or at least when I play the game, and normally when I see other people play the game, pretty standard to take a large amount of damage. Maybe not a large amount, but a decent amount. You usually go into elite fights expecting to lose, like, I don't know, at least 20 HP. If you make it out of an elite fight only losing 20 HP, I think you're pretty good. Metallicize is one of my favorite cards in the entire game. It is a very good power. That's something else I should explain. So, you may have noticed, but also where it has, like, the little gold or the silver rimming, it also says power, attack, and skill. So those are the 3 different class types of cards, I guess. Skills are normally things that give you block or special buffs, like Offering, which makes you lose HP but gives you energy and draw, or Flex, which raises your attack. Then you have powers. The thing that makes powers different from other things is that when you use a power, it just becomes a part of you for the rest of the match, and then the card is gone. You, like, absorb the card. So I never draw Demon Form a second time. I play Demon Form, and then it's a part of me for the rest of the fight. Which I upgraded Demon Form, you might have noticed, so now it gives a lot more strength. And I'll upgrade Metallicize next, probably. But, yeah. Whereas skills and attacks just get put into the discard pile and then get used again, unless they exhaust themselves, like Offering does. But once you play a power, there's no way to get that power back. Whetstone is decent. It upgrades 2 random attacks. You might also notice I'm not resting, even though I'm low on HP. I think we have enough HP to make it through the rest of the floor. We might need to rest before the boss, but a big part of this game is knowing when to upgrade your cards and when to, This is normally pretty good, but I've removed so many strikes. So this says remove all strikes, receive 5 bites. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking, like, it'll remove 2 strikes and give me 2 bites to replace them. No, it'll remove 2 strikes and then it will give you 5 bites. And we've done so well at removing strikes from our deck, I don't think I want 5 bites in the deck, although bites are normally really good. If you have, like, 4 or 5 strikes in your deck, normally this would be the right call to take the bites. But this time I'm not going to. This is my most hated enemy, the snake plant. I hate this thing. This thing is terrible, and I despise it, and I wish it didn't exist. Thank you, Strength Up. In immediate hindsight, I should have done the vulnerable first and then Clash, but I wasn't thinking straight. I have so much trouble against this thing. It's so hard to guard against him. I'm actually not going to play Demon Form here because I think I'm going to, like, kill him. Almost killed him, but he's definitely dead next turn. So that's fine. I was about to say, please tell me I did not, or that I didn't draw a, please tell me that I did not, I can't say this sentence right. I was worried that I wouldn't draw an attack card there. Metallicize, at the end of your turn, gain 4 block. Also, I just realized we have Mummified Hand, which is an extremely good rare relic that every time you play a power, something else costs 0 for that one turn. So, unfortunately, we got Strike this time, which is not a very good card, but still very useful. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, that doesn't kill. I'm gonna kill you. That's fun. I need to be using my potions more, by the way. Some of you might be thinking, like, Chaos, why do you never use your potions? It's a really bad habit of mine. I do not use potions nearly as much as I should in this, this video game. I was thinking about getting rid of Bash instead, but nah, I think I'm gonna get rid of the Defend. We're actually in a really dangerous spot because this elite is pretty difficult. Goodbye to you. So, as you can see, I only have 13 HP, but now Demon Form is making us stronger, so we should be good. I think we got it in the bag now. Very tempted to get rid of Bash. Gonna do that. Alright, yeah. Do it like this. This guy gets stronger every time you hit him, but he doesn't have much HP, so it's normally not a big deal. This guy keeps buffing him, though. I think I can kill you this turn? Yes, just barely. Thank goodness we have 4 energy. That guy, by the way, was a minion. There are different enemies in the game that can summon minions. That one's probably the most notable minion summoner in the game. Fairy in a Bottle is pretty useful. I really need to start using potions more. It's a really bad habit of mine. We have Singing Bowl now, which is fantastic. We can skip card upgrades to get 2 max HP, which is very good. Corruption can be a really good card, depending on the deck. I don't think we really have a deck for it right now. Battle Trance is great because it basically just lets you have draw. So, like I said, removing strikes and defends is important in this game because you want to have a small deck most of the time. There are some very rare times you don't want to have a small deck. But most of the time you want to have a small deck so you can get to your cards faster. There are some cards like Battle Trance. Battle Trance is just drawing, and it doesn't even cost any energy. So it's really good to put Battle Trance in the deck. I don't think I need to draw 5 cards from Offering. I'm going to upgrade Battle Trance to draw more. You got to be careful with Battle Trance, though, because it makes it where you can't draw more cards, so it, like, doesn't synergize well with stuff like Offering. This guy, by the way, as you can see, starts with artifacts, so we're not going to be able to get our vulnerability on him, unfortunately. I've got to remember about these potions. Also, I'm an idiot. I definitely should have healed before this fight. But I think we'll be able to make it work. I'm going to take Liquid Bronze, and I'm probably going to use the Steroid Potion at some point as well. This is a pretty difficult boss. He's either the most difficult or the second most difficult. That's actually really bad that he took Demon Form. We got to get that back ASAP. Immediate hindsight, I should have played the defense, or played the one defend and then played Clash first. We're taking no damage now. What's in discard? Okay, not... If Rampage was in the discard, I would have used Headbutt. I think now I just play another Defend, and then Cleave, and then that. I need to, thank goodness we have Fairy in the Bottle. We might actually need it, because this guy, in about 2 or 3 turns, is going to do, like, 50 damage. He's going to do his signature move. I want to get rid of Strike. This is a little unfortunate, because it put Demon Form in our hand on the same turn that I killed him, which is less than ideal. Yeah, this is really bad. Okay. I made a fatal error. I'm not going to play Shrug It Off, and I'm definitely not going to play Offering because it would kill us. I'm not going to play Shrug It Off because I don't want to draw a Demon Form, which we didn't anyways. We wouldn't have drawn it that turn. There's no way I can live this, so I'm actually just going to play that. And then, can I draw... Dang it, is this Rampage? No, it's not. Rampage is... Okay, I understand now. I want Rampage to come back for next turn. And then I'm going to exhaust a Strike. He's going to kill us, but Fairy in the Bottle will bring us back to life, thankfully. Yep. Alright, cool. And then he gets stunned after using that move, which is very good. I do have enough energy to use Offering, and I think I'm going to because I'm going to do this. This is very dangerous, but gotta do what you gotta do. Get rid of that. I should have used the Steroid Potion that turn. Dude, the Stone Calendar might have just saved our lives. Doing 26 damage. 8 to 18. I can get to 18 block. That's not enough. 1632. I gotta draw a good attack. Oh, please. Give me Rampage. Not Rampage, but I think this is good enough to work with. I'm gonna drink the steroid potion. I could have done... I might not have needed the steroid potion. In fact, I don't think I did, but I didn't want to do the math. I'm lazy. Barricade is a very good card, but I think it's bad for this deck because we do not have a very defensive deck. With that being said, I'm gonna take it. Yes. I don't like any of these. I wish we had... There's a relic called Omamori that blocks 2 curses. If I have Omamori, I always take Calling Bell. The thing with Calling Bell is it seems good. You get 3 curses, and then you just try to remove them immediately after. And you get 3 relics. But, we don't have... The 3 relics are, like... They're not rare relic. They're not guaranteed to be any kind of relic. They could be really bad common ones. Runic Pyramid I just don't like. Especially with us having a clash. I think I'm going to take Black Blood. So now at the end of combat we heal 10 instead of 6. Which is good. I mean, it's strictly better. But there are, like, much better boss relics in the game. We just got a kind of bad draw there. Don't have a lot of gold, so I'm not that worried about hitting a shop. I think I might want to go enemy, question, elite, question, campfire. And then we can hit a shop if we want to. And then hit another elite. Or if we really want to, we can... If we're in, like, a bad spot, we can swerve to the left, go up this way, still hit a shop, and hit an extra campfire. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Alright, this enemy is, nothing to joke about. Oh, that's right, dude. Taking Barricade was worth it because it gives us some... Because we have Mummified Hand. I totally forgot about that. Mummified Hand makes it way better. Also, when you upgrade Barricade, it costs less. Which is the main reason I took it, because it would only cost 2. So it'll only cost 2, and it'll make something free. You really not going to let me kill you? Oh, that's right, I can't draw because of the thing. I'm going to definitely get rid of this burn. Ah, dude, Metallicize coming in clutch. So Barricade, in case you didn't read the card, it makes it where you, at the end of your turn, your block always goes away, unless you have Barricade. Or there's also a relic called Calipers that will make it where you only lose 15 block at the end of a turn, which is really good. But, yeah, it's pretty useful. What do I want to... Yeah, these guys are really annoying because they have lifelink, so you have to, like, they all have to be dead at the same time, otherwise, after, like, a turn, they'll revive themselves. I'm gonna do this first. We need to upgrade Barricade as soon as we can. I was really hoping that that would make Barricade... Ah, nice! I was hoping it would make Barricade or something similar free. Gonna do that. Do this. And get rid of... I like all of these cards. I'm gonna get rid of Offering. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. I didn't realize they were all attacking so much, but whatever. It's fine. Most of the cards that I want upgraded have been upgraded, so I'll probably use a little bit of a... I should use a strike on you. Yeah. Good call, me. Good call. There we go. All right, so now you see these guys, they're going to, like, be regrowing. And then now they're buffing. All of these symbols above their heads, by the way, as you probably noticed by now, tell you what they're going to do. And a lot of times, I've played this game so much that I just have memorized what a lot of them do, so I don't even need to really read it anymore. You're super dead. Goodbye. Thankfully, we killed them before they could regrow. Oh, and we recover 10 at the end of every turn now, so we don't have to worry too much. Sword Boomerang, I'm going to take because... When you have something like Strength Gain with Demon form, you want cards like Sword Boomerang and Twin Strike. Because you see they deal damage twice, so it does 10 right now, and then like a Strike does 5, right? So when you upgrade, when you get a Strength buff, you get +3 Strength. Strike will do 9 damage, but this will do 16, because it'll do 8 twice. So, you know, cards that hit multiple times are really good with abilities like that. Again, I should have played the Defend and then use Clash and then Battle Trance. No, I couldn't have done that because I had to play Battle Trance before I could play Clash. Never mind. I thought I had made a misplay, but I didn't really. These guys are really annoying because every time you hit them, they deal thorn damage to you. But this guy is the most annoying because he gets, he's basically got Demon form. He gets 3 strength every turn. Very dangerous. I was really hoping Barricade would be made free. We need to upgrade Barricade as soon as we can. I'm not going to use Sword Boomerang here because it's only 3 more damage than Strike, and it hits enemies randomly, so it'll probably hit Spike guys, and we'll take damage as a result. And I don't like taking damage, as one might expect. Just a second, I got a message on my phone. That's not important. I can look at it later. Alright. Never know, man. Never know. Yes, True Grit. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Get that burn out of here. I am going to use this. True Grit again. I need you dead. Give me another True Grit. This guy is thankfully as good as dead. Let's battle trance first. Exactly what I wanted to see with some of those burns, so we can get rid of them. Dude, they keep buffing their spikes. I hate it. We're gonna take some damage against these guys. There's just no way of getting around it. It hit me. Whatever, just kill him. Wow, I thought you would be dead. Goodbye. We took a lot of damage. That's fine. Ice Cream is a rare relic. It's top teal. Teal? I can't talk. Top tier. Yes, give me Shrug. I think I'm gonna avoid this, this guy. I'm not gonna use Barricade, even though it'll make something free, because I want, I wanted to use Rampage. Gotta do that. Do that. Bum, 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 bum. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. I don't like it. 3 more block? Nah, put Rampage back up top. This is not a fantastic deck, by the way. I've definitely had decks that are much better than this one before. But this one isn't terrible. It's good enough for the base game, basically, what we're playing right now. This deck would probably not cut it. Actually, unless I had played very differently, it totally, absolutely would not cut it in Ascension mode. This sucks. We're doing damage too slowly to this guy. I don't die. No, I don't die. I'm going to have 2 HP. We're going to have to heal instead of upgrade the card, which is unfortunate. Play everything. Are you... I'm taking no damage. Okay, good. Yeah, this should not be as close as it is. But you can see Barricade is coming in handy because we're going to save some, whatchamacallit here. And also, when you have Demon Form, really all that matters is surviving. If you just survive long enough... I've never seen him do this much damage. That's insane. Goodbye. When you have Demon Form, you just have to last long enough. I'm going to take max HP because I think we have enough Shrug-it-offs. I am going to avoid this Elite. I don't like this event very much. Bandage Up is useful, though. I'll take it. Where's the next campfire? Literally 2 away. I'm going to Smith. I want... See, Barricade becomes cheaper. Like, 1 energy less when also having Mummified Hand is fantastically good. And we didn't run into any enemies, thankfully. I'll pay 20 gold for 1 potion. Skill Potion is a good potion, so I'm okay with that. And then I am going to rest. Because we need the HP. I want to fight 1 Elite. Just to show you guys the Elite, if nothing else. So I think best thing would be this way. Bag of Marbles is very good. Especially because we start our hand with Rampage. Pen Nib is a fantastic card. So or card, not a card. A fantastic relic, so I'm going to take it. I did not want to run into an enemy here, but it is what it is. Draw. Do this. Do this. I don't want to exhaust that Shrug It Off. I'm not going to use either of those. Alright. Demon Form, absolutely every time. Have to play this to be able to play Clash. Which is fine. Beautiful. Yeah, the main problem with this deck is we definitely do not have enough defense. And definitely we don't have enough good defense. Because the defense we do have are bad. This guy's as good as dead next turn, though. Which is good because his effect puts, we take 10 damage at the end of every turn. Constricted. Very, very painful. Rampage. Goodbye. Oh, that was my Pen Nib, too. Pen Nib, in case you didn't notice, on the 10th attack, it deals double damage. So if you use it properly, it's very, very good. Oh, good. Giant head guy. I would rather fight this guy than one of the other enemies we could have run into. Let's do it this way. Rampage, Headbutt, bring back Rampage, then Offering. We immediately get to Rampage again, which is very good. I shouldn't have done that. I thought I had 2 energy. I only had 1. I should have used Strike instead for more damage. This guy has a ton of HP, but he has the slow debuff on him, so every card played, he then takes 10% more damage. So it's really good to play, like, your defensive cards first. I don't need Cleave against this guy. I'd rather take no damage here. We're still a little low on HP, so I'm trying to take as little damage as possible. Not going to get to play Clash, it looks like. Yes, Barricade made free. That's what I wanted. Wait a minute. Play this. We are going to get to play Clash. Perfect. So yeah, turn order against a slow enemy is very important. So multi-hit moves you want to use last, which is why I used Clash and then I used the other thing. Rampage. Headbutt. Bring back Rampage. Shrug. Rampage. Beautiful. And that was our pen nib. I didn't even notice. Oh, dude, and Barricade is coming through clutch. We've got so much defense. You see now he's doing 30 damage, by the way. You might have noticed he was counting down from 5. When he gets to 0, he does 30 damage. Then he just adds 5 to how much damage he does every turn. So, very painful. So it's a good thing that we built up so much defense. I'm going to make him vulnerable instead of playing more defense, because I think I can kill him now with him being vulnerable. Well, I might not be able to kill him, actually, because I got a bad draw. But what are you going to do? I'm going to do it like this. Get as much defense as we can so we only take 6 damage. That's not bad. And then he's super dead now. Goodbye. Orichalcum is not that good for us, I don't think. Well, actually, no. It should be good because we have 2 metallicizes. So at the end of your turn, if you haven't put any block, you get 6. Actually, that'll be terrible with Barricade, now that I think about it. But whatever. I think this is a new encounter. You normally don't run into these guys on the 3rd floor. I think they just recently added this to the game where you can run into these fools. I don't like it. Offering is exactly what I wanted to see. I'm going to play... No, I have to play Demon Form first. I was going to say I'm going to play Barricade to see if it'll make Demon Form free. But if it doesn't make Demon Form free, I won't have enough energy for Demon Form. And it made Barricade free. Perfect. I should have played the Strike first to make Bash free. So, again, misplay on my part. As I have told you, I'm not the greatest player of all time. I don't like Power Through, but I'm going to use it here for more defense because we have Barricade set up. And it'll be useful for us. Getting that 4 HP is really nice. Boom. Pen Nib, kill you. Nice. Do we have one more enemy? We do. Hopefully we can get Pen Nib close to being activated for the next fight. Not the next fight, for the boss fight. That would be really ideal. Seeing Red is a good card. Especially when it's already upgraded. This guy is annoying. So he does a lot of damage, but every time you hit him, however much damage you do to him, he loses that much strength, is what I'm trying to say. I did that wrong. I should have rampaged, headbutt, and then drawn. I'm going to take a risk and hope headbutt is made free. Rip. Well, that's what happens when you play risky. Live life on the edge. It was very important we get Barricade out, though, because since a lot of times we can make this guy do 0 damage, but all it takes is 1 bad draw for us to do, like, no damage to him, and then he does a ton to us. It is way better. I'm an idiot. I should have played Metallicize. Whatever. Yeah, keeping this defense is very useful. I want that. Do that. Do that. Get some defense. Ooh, yeah. This is not good. Also, he kills himself in 5 turns. He's got 2 more turns to go. So I need some good damage on him here. And, oh, we have Demon Form out. Right, we're totally safe. Yeah. We'll do plenty of damage. He might even do 0 damage this turn. Yeah, with how much damage we're doing. Oh, I didn't realize that was Pen Nib. Dang it, that's such a waste of Pen Nib. Whatever, he's dead. So we're not going to have Pen Nib. Ooh, Inflame is really good because it just gives you plus strength. I really want to upgrade Metallicize, but I think it's better to rest. Who am I fighting? The Time Eater. He is annoying. I'm going to rest so we'll be near full HP. Let's go. We also have the Stone Calendar, so we're going to get 40 damage. This fight will definitely last that. So, Time Eater is very annoying. You see he has this little clock here. Whenever I play 12 cards, and it's not 12 cards in one turn. It keeps track until I play 12. My turn is immediately ended, and he gets 2 strength. So he's very selfish. The idea here is that you want to try to play... I'm going to go ahead. I should have immediately taken the strength potion at the start of the fight, but I always forget because I'm bad with potions. The idea is you want to try to play either 4 cards a turn or 6 cards a turn. I usually try and go for 6. Do I want to heal to full? Let's see what other cards I play first. Play that. I'm going to headbutt back Rampage. I need to play 3 more cards. So I'm going to play Bash. I'm going to play Sword Boomerang. And I'm going to play Bandage Up. Yep. So he gets 2 strength, and now his counter resets. Yeah, it has to go through 12 again. This first. Yes, Demon Form. That's what I needed. This, words. This is highly unfortunate. I'm going to drink this. Is Rampage over here? Yeah, alright. Do that. I hate to do it, because I love Clash, but I'm going to use True Grit, just to get a little bit of defense, as well as using another card. Oh, we have Ice Cream. That's really good. Alright, I need to use 5 cards here, if possible, and I'm going to be able to, thankfully. And all these free cards are really good, because our energy... Normally, we would lose our energy at the end of our turn, but because of... ooh, Pen Nib as well. Great. But because of Ice Cream, we get to keep our energy, which is great. That was a wonderful Pen Nib. This is bad, though. Thankfully, I have some defense going into it. I'm going to bring over... I'm going to... Words. I wanted to bring back the one card. Shrug it off, which is why I used Headbutt first. That hurts, but that's fine. Getting more strength plus. So he's buffing himself right now. The Time Eater does this. Whenever the Time Eater falls under half HP, he takes 1 turn, he removes any debuffs he has, which he doesn't have any in this case, and then he brings himself to half HP, which is 228, I believe. But that's fine. Normally, there are 2 ways you do this. You either, A, don't worry about it that much and just keep playing, or you try and kill him this turn, which we're not going to be able to kill him this turn, but we will do a lot of damage to him, which won't matter. But I really just want to, I'm going to play a defend here, because he won't die to this. I just want the barricade defense to stick over. So yeah, he always gets that amount of HP back. Do that. Do this. I'm going to exhaust a strike. And then... I already have enough defense, so I think I'm going to do this. I don't think he ever does that healing move again. Oh, and we got Stone Calendar, which is perfect. That was perfect timing for that. Do that. Oh, that was my Pen Nib. I should have used Sword Boomerang, but I think he's dead anyway. Yeah, he is. Sick. We did it. There we go. 44 minutes. This is actually a lot longer than normal. I normally finish a run in like 30 to 35 minutes, but I took more time explaining stuff in this video, so didn't happen as much. We got 727 as our score. That's not a good score at all. But here, at the end of it, you get to see, oh, under 45 minutes is still light speed. I thought 35 minutes was light speed. You get points for what you do. There are different things you can do to get more points. If you defeat bosses without taking any damage, you get more points, which I didn't do in this run because I played poorly. If you, what else is it? If you have a lot of a certain kind of card, like if you have, like, 5 Twin Strikes, or it might be 4. I think if you have 4 of the same card, like 4 Twin Strikes, it gives you more points for that. If you have a lot of curses in your deck, you get more points for having curses in your deck, but I normally remove curses because I don't care that much about my score. Score really only matters on dailies. But my phone is going off. I apologize if you heard that. I can call that person as soon as I finish this video. But anyways, there you go. There's the first video of Slay the Spire. Every time you finish it, plays the credits, but I'm just going to click out of them. Slay the Spire. It is a very, very fun game, very addictive. I have about 160 hours in it now, which is insane. It's currently in early access. It's getting, I think it gets updated literally every week. I'm pretty sure they have weekly updates where they balance the cards or add new features and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend looking into it if you like it. I'm going to do an Ascension run in the next video. Stop going off, phone. This person doesn't understand that I don't want them to call me. But, I'm going to show I'm going to show an Ascension run next time, and then I'm going to show a daily run. A lot of people who play this game do dailies almost exclusively because that's what they love the most, which is totally fair. So if you might be looking at this thinking like, I'm not a huge fan, but it looks all right. If you're thinking like it looks too easy or it looks too difficult, dailies are really easy usually. Sometimes they're hard, and then Ascension is really hard. So you know, it has a really good like difficulty curve for however you want to play it. And then custom games are a lot of fun too. I'll show custom games when I do the daily. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very long video. Normally, I thought this would only be about half an hour to 35 minutes, but I took so long explaining stuff. That's how it went. Anyways, next time we'll do an Ascension run, I'll play as either the Silent or the Defect. I'm waiting for the daily to turn over because I've already played the daily for today without recording it, and I need to see which character the next daily is so that I can use that character for the daily, and then I'll use the other one for Ascension run so that all 3 of these videos use all 3 of the characters. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, farewell.